Hey, greetings everyone. What's up? It's Gleekon, and I'm here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you for tuning in. On the last episode, we did one of the lore in short. I've done a few of these from time to time where I took a 1-minute video and I talked for like 10 minutes. So it's me talking about the lore in short of the Dark Portal. It was a video that they dropped to get people pumped up for Burning Crusade Classic. Just talks a little bit about, you know, what was the Dark Portal, what is kind of, why were we allowed back to Draenor, why is it even a thing? That kicked off Burning Crusade. Today, we're going to continue our journey of the classic completionist walkthrough. We are going to start the Sunken Temple material on the Horde with Gleekon's Soul here, get her to level 60 as well. But we're just going to be getting her set up today. The next long play will be her running Sunken Temple. So stay a while and listen. She has some quests to pick up. We'll go ahead and pick them all up just for funsies. She also has to do and pick up her Shaman quest. Alright, so I don't think... Let's see. There is... nothing here in Undercity that matters. We will eventually be way down there. We do need to go to the Hinterlands to pick up... So I guess let's start there. To pick up that quest for... wrong area. To pick up the Jamalon the Prophet quest. Okay. I'm gonna... While we're flying there... We're gonna look at some other stuff and see what we need to pick up. I guess we should go to a vendor, too. We've got a lot of buffs on this character. A lot of trash as well. I have this evergreen pouch. Probably we can get some selling here. We're at 100%, so we can just sell 100% repair. How about... I don't care about the Morrow Grain. I guess I will save those. These things are actually okay. These are all buffs except for that. And that, and that. Oh, I can actually sell my Delendra's seed. I'm gonna not worry about that right now. I'm gonna sell the Ungoro soil. Medium leather as a leather worker, I guess I'll save it. She's slightly more limited on bag space since she, unlike Gleekon's Soul, Gleekontessa, did not complete the quest line in the Blasted Lands, and I don't want to. It's too much of a pain. But she's a little behind the 8 ball. I don't imagine it will be her that makes our run, unfortunately, because already if I'm going to get into raiding as a healer, I'm going to probably do it as my paladin. So this is going to be probably one of the last times we run with her, unless we decide to do some...
How may I be of service?
But seems like I got a lot of work for a little game. Alright, because it's only going to be like the epic quest raiding stuff. We might do it, I don't know. Alright, so, okay, so let's look at what we have on the spreadsheet, and... So she's going to need to get the Temple of Atel Hakar. Pretty sure we picked that up in Swamposaurus proper. Yep, right there, so that's easy. Into the Depths, Secretive Circle, and the God Hakar we need to pick up from Tanaris. We're going to get the Hinterlands right now. And the rest are drops, so that's it. And then her Shaman quest, probably, I'm guessing we can pick it up in Orgrimmar. Elemental Mastery, is there a Shaman like, hey, go talk to the Shaman? Do we have enough rune cloth to turn in? Ooh, we're close, 6. It's called Elemental Mastery. Does like a Thunder Bluff guy say anything? No, but you can get it from multiple spots. Alright, so we need to pick that bad boy up also. I guess we can look at the class quest and see. Shaman, what does that look like? We did the Paladin one when we were there. Elemental Mastery or Mastering the Elements. Where is it called Mastering the Elements? Mates. It is called Elemental Mastery there. I want to look at mastering the elements and see who gives. Maybe that's. Yeah, Bothro the. Oh, that's if you pick it up straight from the guy that's actually going to be right by us, right here. This guy. Okay, so we can actually pick that up straight up from him. Maybe we should just do that since we're going to be so close. We're going to go right here, then we might as well just go right on down. Might just head on down the shop. Yeah, because that's going to lead us through here. Then we can just head up right to him. Yeah, why not? Cool. If you look up Elemental Mastery, you're going to be turning it into him anyway, mastering the elements. And he has you get them Elemental Earth from those guys. What about Fire? This Ancient Fire Elemental. Earth. What about Wawa? From Cyclonian is the air. Okay, but what about Wawa? I should. Not just Earth. Let's look bigger. Earth. Earth. A bunch of Earth. Okay. Yeah, that's the fire. Okay, I just don't see water. Where do you get the water? Let's see. I guess I could have just got these from my freaking bank. That's a little annoying. What do people say? It's actually, if you want to farm them, go to Arathi Highlands. They sell for cheap, just pick them up. I farmed them in Arathi, took me 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, so he just, dang it, now I wish, I probably have some of these in my bank already, and that is annoying. People on here say, if you don't want to spend money, just go to Arathi Highlands, visit each circle. So that's what we will do. We will just go down to Arathi instead of going up to him, and we'll go get one of each from the circles, inner, west, east, outer. No, just go to the different circles. And we can do that before we visit the guy. And I probably had some in my bank that I just wasted. That is great, mates. So glad that I... Well, we're going to pick Jamalon the Prophet up on the way. But... I screwed the pooch. That will open up a quest called Spirit Totem. What does this have us do? Bring the pieces. It's a thick black claw and a bloodshot spider eye. What does this say? Southeast of the Bulwark. Okay, so this is found in Western Plaguelands. Alright, so like the other guy, this is going to have us southwest or southeast? I missed it, what he said. Slightly southeast, okay. So that's going to send us into Western Plaguelands. That's kind of, you know, what the game's pushing us towards right here. So in this area, so we're going to continue up this path and get some of these dudes. Alright. And then when that is done, we'll unlock Devoodoo, which Devoodoo wants the same 3 feathers. So that's kind of funny. I guess it's because it's Paladin. They're making the Paladin and the Shaman quests kind of similar because they are faction related, you know. They're the yin and yang of the stuff. There's a dead druid. My guess is that druid failed the chicken escort quest if he died right there. But who knows for sure. Okay, so that's going to really take the majority of our time today. After we do this, it's just going to Tanaris, and then we'll look at where we're at with time. Because we will Hearthstone there, fly to Tanaris, and then what? I guess we could then port back to Durotar, and then take the Zeppelin over to Gromgal, and then fly from Gromgal to the base. That's what we will accomplish today. So let's see how we go. This one's super quick. Now, we did all of these quests except for the Shaman one on camera, and it looks like the Shaman one, other than what we're going to do today, is pretty much the same. So, our mission is not going to be very... Like, our run is not going to... Other than just seeing how 2 runs in a row can be similar or different, it's not going to be, like, different from a quest perspective. I think there is a slight difference in... the first quest in the Alliance version, the one we ran called Into the Temple of Atal Hakar versus just the Temple of Atal Hakar. In the Alliance version, I believe you get the tablets, and I think in the Horde version, you just get drops from the trolls. I'd say the Alliance is a little bit easier because those tablets are everywhere, whereas the drop trolls you have to actually kill. Again, we could solo it as needed. I think even exterior to the dungeon trolls drop it, so even though they're elites, they're gray elites. How are we doing? Can switch to my healing gear as needed. Alright, so here's our main reason we came to the Hinterlands, just to pick this quest up. So, I guess Sunken Temple has basically 3 tiers. There's an upper tier, a mid tier, and a lower tier. The upper tier has you killing these trolls, these named trolls, which is what we get the feathers from. I think there's 6 of them. And by killing them, you release this force field. I don't know exactly what the force field does.
How you doing, man?
My Widowbark companions don't take kindly to strangers around their home. Me, I don't have a home anymore. I was exiled from my people in the great Atalite tribe of the Swamp of Sorrows. Our spiritual leader Jamalan had what he called a prophecy. He believes the summoning of the god Hakar will bring the Atalite immortality. I urged caution. What if the prophecy was nothing more than manipulation? I want revenge for my exile. Bring me Jamalan's head. Maybe then my people will be free. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long to farm these elementals for him, because then we also have that secondary. I don't think I have anything in my bag. I'm a little, not for this guy. Alright, so basically this guy, the exile, he is just that. He is a former Atalai. He just said that the leader, the prophet, says they want to summon Hakar. He says, before we just go summoning him, let's just be cautious. And that was enough to get him exiled by... Can't even question this guy's authority, so he wants you to kill him so that he will no longer be in exile, so he'll be welcome back among his people. Also, I guess you could argue a reason why we would do it is because summoning Hakar is probably bad news for the world. So if we're going to go in there and stop that anyway, might as well get a small reward from that guy for doing it. Alright, so if you fight the top level, that gets you your class quest. All the class quests have to do with the top and middle levels for the most part. You either need to use the statues and summon a boss or whatever. For these Alliance, for Shaman and Paladin, you need to kill the trolls. Every time you kill one, you get a feather. When you get all 6 feathers, you're good to go. I don't remember. I know on Druid, you have to use the statues in the correct order. And by using the statues in the correct order, you summon this bog monster type of dude. You need that quest anyway for the Into the Temple quest line that we're doing. That, then you need that bog. I think you might need to do that for Hunter too. I don't remember, but they're all some variation of do at least the first half of the Sunken Temple. After you've killed those guys, I think then the statues are not protected, and I'm not 100% sure if you need what. Like, do you need to do that to bring the... What do you need to bring the force... I know when you kill them all, a force field is taken down. Does that open the bottom floor? And that's why you need to do it? Does that open the... Do they stop protecting the statues? Is it impossible to activate the statues without killing them? I've never not done it, so I don't fully know. The mid-tier, then you run around and you have to kill... Similar. It's like basically parallel. There are 6... I think it's 6 nodes. You clear the 6 nodes and activate the statues, and that will basically open up that bottom floor. Then when you go to the bottom floor, you now are going to fight green dragonkin and trolls. Well, the first... Okay, so we're going to now wrap around and go up here. I mean, honestly, we can go to Arathi first if we want. Now that we know what we need. We're going to need an elemental, air, earth, fire, and water. So I guess we can just go there. It'll be save ourselves a tiny pinch of time. So the mid-level has you open those statues. When you do that, it activates this statue in the middle of the middle tier, and there is a boss that comes out. He's either a giant troll or he's I just wanted to show that there was a little path right there, but or it's a bog monster or something. I don't know, some big beastie. You can also get the 2 quests from Ratchet by doing that. You get one just by interacting with the one of the things at that level, and then you get another one for actually summoning and opening. There's the crack, the monster. And you could basically treat that as one dungeon by itself. Then when you open up the bottom tier, like I said, okay, so here's fire. Check out, see, and we get elemental fire from these fools. I think you can kill them. Pretty sure you can kill them with this special crests, but then you don't get to loot them. So we are just gonna fight and not stress that. They're they're 30-something levels lower than us. And we're still not decisively beating them, so pretty embarrassing on our part. So anyway, when you go down to that final tier, you're fighting a bunch of trolls, and you're fighting... Like when you're on that upper tier, you fight trolls pretty much exclusively. And when you go to the mid-tier, you also fight... Somewhere in there, you're also fighting the bog monsters and the little worms and maggots. The things and the little ooze slimes. The things we fought in the mid-tier when we did the quest. Burning pitch, not quite what we need. Just get out there. They should be happy that I'm clearing the area for them. So anyway, you go to that last level, you fight more zombie trolls. You fight a lot of the green dragon things. You got a burning charm, not quite what we need. Burning. There we go. We got elemental fire, so we are 1/4 of the way done. Now we're gonna head over down to the Circle of Inner Binding. When you go... There's basically, again, nodes you go to. I think it's kind of like 6, but the 2 side ones aren't as extreme. One of them is to just go kill Jamalan. Once you kill Jamalan... I'm pretty sure that unlocks... One of the kills that you do unlocks, like, the dragons. Then big old green dragons will start appearing. Jamalan is kind of the boss, though. Kind of. I guess not really. Great. Someone was just here killing, so we need these things too. That's people come out here and farm solid stone. You always see hunters out here farming. Probably farming solid stone. Good place for non-miners to get solid stone. Now we've got to farm it because we need elemental earth. Thank goodness we got it after 1 kill. So I can get out of here now. Because that was already going to be obnoxious. Okay, here's a Circle of Outer Binding. If I want to get elemental air, we are going to need water too. I don't know where we get elemental water at. West, inner... outer, maybe east? I don't think these guys are... that our lightning shield can be used on them. Okay, so... yeah, this is the air. Then I just need water.
I'm out of range.
So it says... oh, I'd have to reopen it up. But it did look to be... it did look like they had all 4 listed. I'm not gonna get a lot of help. I'm pretty sure they're immune to the nature one too. Boom, we got an elemental air right off the bat. We're getting pretty good luck on this. Alright, so now I hope water is over here. Let's just see where that's listed. I should have done that. Elemental mastery. Okay, Spirit Totem, no, Elemental Mastery. So in the comments they say water is at 6629. So that is up there. Alright, so there are either water elementals or yeah, something. Muirin. Alright, so when you're down there, you can also do the Atal Hakar. You can summon Hakar. Must be up there. These people are probably going to summon that princess.
Of course.
I'm going to see if I can help these people as needed. Even though they're alliance, they summon it up. I'm going to help this lady, but otherwise I'm going to leave. Yep, they have another person coming. They're not going to be able to beat this at 49, but maybe I can help. They have a 39, a 54, a 47, a 49. I don't know if they're going to try to summon it or not. They're not going to be able to do it, I don't think. We're going to see. I'm going to try and help them out. Because this lady hits like a train wreck. And I'm not going to be able to heal him. Maybe I can aggro some of these things and get him going here. We're going to see. They're taking a long time, though. I'm acting like I got all the time in the world. I mean, we have made good progress where we got 3 out of the 4 of the elements. Actually, I have to throw away some of this stuff. Oh, they're summoning. Okay, she's summoning it. Okay. Okay, I'm going. They're just turning these elementals all over. Actually do need that. God, they just change over again. Alright. So there you go. They got it. Alright, so we're gonna go. There we go. There are some water elementals up there. So I don't know if they would have needed me. Probably. I imagine they probably would have. So I imagine it didn't hurt that I was out there helping as level 6. And we just need a water elemental. A water elemental water, and we're good. We have elemental earth. We have elemental fire. We have elemental. There we go. We got everything we needed. Okay, cool. So we got the 4 elements. And we are off. Now we're going to actually go pick up and turn in this quest. So anyway, yeah, you go down there. One of the things, you go to the south, you can defeat Jamalon. One of the ones off to the side, you defeat you can summon and defeat Hakar. I don't know what the other... I know one of them is you can defeat the final boss, really, which is Irenicus, the green dragon. That's where you get a drop quest. Maybe one of the other ones is just defeating, because there are a couple pairs. I think there's 4 dragons that spawn. Either 4 or 6. I don't remember, even though I just did it a couple days ago. Alright, so even helping those guys, we were able to beat that pretty fast. That was very quick. So now we're going to kind of go through here, wrap around, and do pick up and turn in the whatever the heck this one's called. And he's going to give us another quest, which is going to send us up here into the Western Plaguelands where we can get the other materials. And that's really the time-consuming stuff. At that point, we're going to Hearthstone after we turn in and pick up the other quest from him. And we're going to Hearth to Orgrimmar. And we're not going to need Elemental Mastery because it's going to be given us. I guess we can look at that right now. So if you look at Elemental Mastery, it says just collect a sample of fire, earth, and air and water for Bathra the Wind Watcher. And then he has sent out a summons for a shaman of your wisdom. He requests you bring a sample of each of the elements to show you're ready. To find Bathra, go to the river east of Terran Mill, follow the river north, and you'll come to wherever he resides. And then we are just skipping that. We're picking it up directly from him. And the rest should be the same. Okay. So we just picked up Jamalan the Prophet. Go over here. We're going to add 3 columns to the left. Okay, we need to now go all the way over to Terran Mill. This is going to be this version of events. This is our... I probably should have gone behind the thing the other way. It's a weird... Gernhold Keep is way out here. It does not accurately reflect that on the map. Alright, so this is in fact Sunken Temple. And the quest we actually picked up was Jamalan the Prophet from Hinterlands. And yeah, oopsie. I do want to kind of stretch this a little bit. It's actually probably going to be like exactly as long. Maybe a pinch shorter. I don't know. I guess we can follow the road to Terran Mill. Okay, so that was really quick, as you saw, for the elemental stuff. That took us just a few minutes. We've been doing... We're about halfway into the episode, really. Maybe a couple minutes less. But a lot of that time has been like traveling around and talking. We had to travel to the hinterlands, then walk through the hinterlands there, then walk all the way to Wrathi, pick that up, walk back. We're about where we would expect. Now we're going to go do this. This is the only other time-consuming thing is I don't know how long this is going to take us. That took us a pretty decent amount of time to do the Paladin version when we had to get that little sigil and get all those things, the Argent Dawn thing. After this, we turn that in. He's going to give us the final step, which sends us to Sunken Temple. We're going to Hearth to Orgrimmar and fly from Orgrimmar down to Tanaris. So that's a little time-consuming. And then in Tanaris, we'll pick up those two and that one. And then we're going to immediately astral recall ourselves back to Orgrimmar, where we will take a Zeppelin over to Gromgal Base Camp and then fly from there into the Swamp of Sorrows. So that's the goal, that's the mission of today. Should take a river. Little off on this. Yeah, so tomorrow will be a Patreon episode. We started yesterday, last episode we started exploring Tuscany in Assassin's Creed 2 and found all the collectibles in the Tuscany countryside. We're going to probably do all the collectibles in the San Gimignano, the little town in Tuscany that you can access. Maybe we'll do some questing. Most likely we're going to spend most of our time just getting all the collectibles in that area. We've done all of the collectibles in Florence, and we've done the first 4 sequences. I believe it's a 13 sequence game if you count the DLCs. We're going to go through the first 11 sequences before we do some side reading. We have also been like thoroughly upgrading all of our stuff. We've been very fastidious, so it's a little slow going in the beginning here, but it's not. It's because we're front loading a lot of the side stuff. Like we've done all of the assassins contracts in Florence, like a lot of side stuff like that. Here we are at Chillin Point, technically, I guess. And here is Bathra the Windwatcher. This is the guy you go to for the Whirlwind Axe. Well, come on. You bring me the elements and then we do the talking. Where's the elements one? Yeah, so it's weird. He just doesn't... You just show up to him.
See ya later.
Oh, there we go. I hit level 60 just like that. So we will do that when we go to Orgrimmar too. The spirit, elemental spirits of this place don't be liking me anymore. You know about the totems more than any. And I be needing a spirit totem to protect me. We already got the elements. Now we need something more with more nature. More primal. In the Western Plaguelands, you can kill bears for claws and spiders for their eyes. The carrion birds eat everything, so they might have either one. Okay, so we can kill a few things. We're going to go ahead and... The last piece of this. 2 more points to healing. Purification. And as we walk our way up... As we walk our way over here... into the Western Plaguelands... we will cover that. Awesome. Alright, so class quest. We just did this. We very quickly picked up and turned in, then picked up that. Okay. Now, Weeza going out here. They said this is the best area if we go to this side, and that's just what we'll do. We need 8 eyes, 8 spider eyes, and 8 thick black claws. That's cool. I'm glad that we have made this kind of progress. We have 4 level 60s, so you guys have watched it. You've watched 2 journeys, one on Horde, one on Alliance. You have watched us go from 0 to 60. Oh, I didn't do anything crazy. That was like, I'm glad they didn't attack us on the way in. That is the Alliance camp. So the SI-7 guy. We're going to wrap our way around here. Got a lot of cool stuff to do in this zone. We will be running Western Plaguelands fully on Alliance and Horde because there's just a ton of quests. Some of them like A Matter of Time by Chromie, Little Pamela. Some of these are neutral. We will not necessarily run both. So hers will be a little bit less, but it's very, very, very similar because the Bulwark, the missions out here, all of these, the Argent Dawn Commission, the Scarlet Diversions, the Plague Upon Thee, all that junk. Okay. That all is necessary. Like, that all comes with slightly different text, whether you're Alliance or Horde, so we will be running it twice. Alright, so we're going into the fields here to start fighting these monsters. We're gonna fight the monsters. Let's begin with Venom Mist Lurkers. So level 50 beasts. I'm going to drop totems, fight them that way. Although at 50 they shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what we get. We also need the... So we did not get an eye from that spider. Of course not. Okay. Yeah, then we're gonna run Sunken Temple very soon. So looking forward to that. Really, the next level. Yeah, I just won't. Yeah, so there we go. We got 1 claw. We just won't be doing. Yeah, we won't be doing it tomorrow because we never do those kind of episodes on Tuesdays. That's. I like to keep that one open and not wow in case my record schedule brings me in the morning. That way I'm not doing any server resets or anything like that. I'm not beholden to that schedule. Got 1 out of 16. This is going to be our time-consuming. Okay, good. So we are 1/8 of the way done. Probably pull this guy in here. Yeah. There is some wrap up too, because of the whole Arenicus thing. That will be. I anticipate trying to do this Thursday. That's my goal. And then Friday, the wrap up really won't be that bad. We will be able to finish Sunken Temple Friday. So that is where we'll be at. We are very close also to starting the script. Should I start a new base right here? For... It might be the next... I might be starting it tomorrow. Can't quite remember. That's going to be our next non-canon thing. We're going to start reading the script. I already went and found it. I have a copy. I think it's going to take us around a week. That's my guess, to read it. So, won't be quite finished this week. But it'll be pretty darn close. Could be close to finishing this week. Gotta go a little closer because of all the trees. So if we finish that script this week, then, because it's a fast read too, it'll probably take us, I'll finish it this week. Then we're gonna start the novelization of the movie. So probably I'm thinking this weekend we'll have 2 important things. We will be switching over to Western Plaguelands and start questing here for real. On an Alliance character. Oh, got another eyeball. And we will be... We have 3 of 16. That novel. There we go. So we are now a quarter of the way done. Not too shabby. This is not that bad. Yeah, so it's pretty good progress. And then we're what I'm worried about is just that as we get to end game, things really are going to slow down a lot. There's so much. Love it. Okay, we're at 5 of 16. We just have so much so much gate kept content. It's really what it's all about. We're gonna have raids, world bosses, and some of them I think are gonna be easier than others. Like, I'm pretty sure we can already get into Blackrock Depths. I'm not worried about that. So we're gonna finish Western Plaguelands. That's gonna be our last zone that it's not gonna have multiple end game content after it's done. So right there, there's a piece of something. Okay, we are at 6. We're 1/3 of the way done. 4 bear leather. Black bear. And I don't think it's a crazy big zone, but I do think it will take us probably a week. My guess. So probably as we get to the following weekend, then we'll start it on Alliance, and we'll be mid-October. Nice. So the drop rate's pretty good. 7. And we'll be done with Western Plaguelands and starting Burning Steppes. Burning Steppes, I think, is probably going to be quicker. I think it's a smaller zone, and a lot of it is just tied into starting to explore Blackrock Mountain. Western Plaguelands is exploring a cool storyline, but it's the storyline that kind of leads us up more into Arthas and, you know, what happened with all of that. Okay, cool. We're halfway done with these guys. Probably have to move our base here. We're also going to run It'll be a little bit trickier when we're only fighting bears. Because at this rate, I guess we don't know, but at this rate, probably run out of one. Or the other. There's those carrion vultures that says they can have either, so not successful. Top rate seems to be pretty darn good, at least 50%. Actually, I think RNG has been gifting us greater than that. Probably should. Yeah, see, that's such a drain on this guy is coming here. This carrion vulture is coming right for us. Right for us. Okay, we did get a black claw. So we're at now 9 of 16. Okay, that was a little low. Yeah, I'm gonna do that after this one. Oh, you jerk. Cool, we got one. So we're at 10 of 16. 5/8. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll drink one of these. What else? I'm getting pretty full on goods. Do I have? I have a... As far as eating goes, I only have this thing. Huh. So, I don't really have any food but buffing. That's okay. Yeah, so I think when we start burning steps, and we're gonna have to push that one out soon. We're gonna have to start researching that. I don't know that we're gonna have time for much research. We might have time for a little bit of research today. As we do a little, we'll have time for a little bit because we didn't quite finish the zone research. So when we do burning steps, it's gonna take like a week and a half. Ornate cloak of agility, 13 agility cloak, not too shabby. I kind of want to do this. Yeah. So probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 3/4 of the way through, like the 20th. Actually, probably really close, like 25th, 26th, but somewhere around that ballpark we'll finish burning steps. And then that's when Blackrock Depths is going to start to become a thing. Oh, we're going to aggro. Problem is that with her, I can't go all out and accelerate the fight with a lot of burst damage. Like that, like flame shock. Other than that, I can't really add like a fire totem or something like that. 10 to 16, not a lot more. So probably, I can't, for now, let's assume we have to do it on both. Then I think Blackrock Depths is a dungeon that's so big it might take us more than one run. Just have to see what we can get a part of, but if we really focus on whatever particular quest we're going on, that's probably smarter. So we can maybe by the end of October, which is about a month from now, we can probably be. Here we go. We're at 11. Halfway done with Blackrock Depths, and then we can run a much more concentrated second run of Blackrock Depths on Horde. Probably a good plan, like maybe it takes us 3 episodes or something like that to kick off the beginning of November. Nice. Okay, we were at 12 to 16, so 3/4 of the way done. And then there will be a second thing we need to run. Yeah, we'll have to run. That's our final dungeon. From that point forward, after Blackrock Depths, there's no more dungeons. It's just raiding, which is pretty cool. And we will do our first raid, which is Lower Blackrock Spire. Again, I don't know if we're gonna have to run that on 2, but if we assume we will, that's 6-ish more days it's gonna take us. So basically a whole nother week. So we'll be getting close to mid-November by the time we finish our first raid of Lower Blackrock Spire. And that's kind of a mini raid, I guess. That's actually not... Oh, that's... I guess it's not really a raid. It's a dungeon. I guess that's technically a dungeon. I'm sorry. That is a dungeon. So... that will then open up Eastern Plagueland. Yeah, I've done this count so many times, I'm kind of OCD about it, where I just really try to recalibrate as we go each time. So I guess I can kind of stop right there. It starts projecting too far ahead. Like, look at Eastern Plaguelands, I'm guessing that's going to take us a decent amount of time. Probably will not have to run much on 2 accounts for that, so that will save us some time. Let's say it takes us
I can't carry
a week and a half or so. A ditch. I'm gonna ditch this one medium leather. Okay. I wasn't going to go set up a base, but then now there's 2 things going on. And this thing's just like beelining right for me. Did not grow on. Okay. We need 1 more spider eye and 3 more black holes. See, they're running Upper Blackrock Spire, so there's clearly stuff that needs to be done. And we will run that too. So I think by mid-November, we will have Upper Blackrock Spire done. And probably Skullman's? No, we will have to do Skullman. We'll finish Eastern Plagueland. Then we will actually do Skullman's first, then Upper Blackrock Spire. Or maybe we do Stratholm. I don't know which one's harder. I guess we'll do Stratholm. And then we'll run Winter Spring, and that will finish off our dungeon. We'll run Upper Blackrock Spire, and then Dire Maul. Or we might swap Stratholm and Upper Blackrock Spire. I'm not sure. You gotta look in the difficulties of those. Some people argue that Skullman's is tougher than those too. Alright, we did get a spider eye. So now I can start dropping the spider specific stuff. So now we're only going to fight buzzards and bears because we just need 2 more things. Time is going decently, by the way. But yeah, so if it took us... Stratholm's probably going to be pretty decent size. Basically 2 dungeons. So that's going to take us 2 weeks to run, basically. That's going to take us into December. I imagine Skullman's won't be as bad. Probably could just do that in a week. Yeah, so that takes us mid-December. We need 1 more bear, by the way. Bear or vulture. And then, yeah, then we run winter, spring. I imagine that's going to be a lot of neutral stuff. So probably can get out of there in about a week. And then we will run whatever, Strathholm, Upper Blackrock Spire. Between the two of those, don't know if there's much. Let's assume. Actually, I think I already counted Strathholm somewhere in all of this. Oh yeah, Upper Blackrock Spire and Dire Mall. Probably get out of there in 2 weeks. So, as we kick off the new year, which was my original goal, hey, let's be done by then. Gonna be close, but no cigar. We will probably be in that ballpark of because Dire Mall could take us a few runs. But running Dire Mall, Dire Mall could take us some time, and then Upper Blackrock Spire, hopefully that won't take it that long. There's a solid chance though that we're running those two and the associated other junks that I have. Okay, we need just one more stick in there. Azure Ghost, Lord Kazakh. Those are not as bad. That's like, we don't have to do that twice. Like, that's like an episode. 2 episodes, one for each.
It's too far away.
That's just finding a group that'll let us do it, looking at the scheduling, how does that work? Looking at the epic quests. Not sure how tough that's going to be. At least doing that on one account, reading the others, so spending some time reading those. A little bit of side lore as we build up to that too. Okay. Come on, Bears, drop your last thing. Want to stay on schedule here. Not too bad though, honestly. Can't complain about a higher level quest like this that is just not really.
I can't carry anymore.
Not making us pay too much to the nose for this. But yeah, that
inventory is full.
Really. That's where I anticipate things slowing down. I anticipate it slowing down when we have to start doing all of these real endgamey type things. Alright, now let's go back and turn this in. It's why I thought the whole thing was going to take me to the end of the year. I mean, take me into March. Because then, right there, we're already talking about being in February. Alright, well, I come back and I spend a couple weeks or a week and a half in Silithus. Then actually, before that, we will have to do some time doing PvP. Maybe not a ton of time, but some. We'll have to at least spend, 4 days or so doing Alterac Valley and Warsong Gulch, once each on each account, and then we'll save the rest as part of the Vanity Project, all the quests that go with it. We will potentially do it. We're just... I don't care about doing every single one. Now, we will do that as part of the Vanity Project. Now the Vanity Project will not include those spheres, so we have nothing on the Vanity Project list as of yet, but that could change. Then we start doing the raiding. Actually, before we even do Silithus Blackwing Lair, we have some holidays coming in there. Not a ton, because I'm not going to run Christmas. Or New Year's, we'll save that, so it will be whatever comes. So, but by the time February comes around, we're going to be doing the retail. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't actually think I don't know. I gotta plan how we're gonna do holidays. I want to do them, but it might be weird. That might be something that waits a little bit. Like we might wait one more year to roll that around. We will have to do Lunar Festival on Classic when that comes out, but that's probably February, so we'll have to do our Classic Lunar Festival. We ditched it last time because it was too hard for me to run. We weren't level 60 yet, but running it with my Feral so I can stealth around and go wherever I want. That's going to be more useful. We're all level 60 now. We will be more geared. Yeah, and then again, before we ever even run Silithus, we'll also do Zulgrub, do an Arathi Basin in a couple days. We will try to at least get a little competition on the Stranglethorn fishing, but that's probably going to go on the Vanity Project as well. We will compete in it once just for funsies, but that's going to go. That's going to go on. I've never won that.
Hello, man.
The spirits know what we're up to, and they've been trying to kill me. Hope we got the parts.
See ya later.
Great one. Let's try it out.
See ya.
Alright, so this guy's coming. Yeah, and then the Dragon's a Nightmare. So by the time we're running all of those and opening Silithus, it really will be. We're going to be getting close to March, and then we're still going to have to run Gates of Encourage. And I think Encourage is going to be a vanity project for me. Alright, so it says, Father the Wind Watcher surveys the ground and nods approvingly. Don't think it's strong enough.
Hey there.
The spirit totem just isn't enough. We've been needing some voodoo magic to make it work just right. The trolls in the Sunken Temple have feathers strong with voodoo magics. Go there and kill Gasha, Mijan, Zolo, Hakuku, Zola, and Laura. Then we might have enough for a real spirit totem. Alright, so we finally picked up that one. Now we are hardening. Holy cow. So, all of that to pick up the voodoo, which is the last one in the chain. So we did do a couple today. Now that we're here, I do not know what material assistance is. We will look that up later. Earnest Proposition is endgame. Silithus. All Tongues of Lakeland is real. We are only here right now to go look at. We're going to go talk to my trainer. We want to do that. And then we need to fly down to Naris for 3 of the 4 quests. We're going to hearth back, go over. Yeah, so we have 13 minutes is scheduled time. That is probably, we're probably going to go a pinch over that. We don't have any, we just have traveling to do. Traveling and picking up stuff. But that are still going to probably send us over. Let's get our training.
Mokra.
Browse the wares? Sure, man. Buy this junk from me.
Drink.
What do the spirits have guided you to me?
Teach me.
How may
so
I be of
gain
service?
Earth Shock rank 7, bringing me up to 540, whatever. This is elemental. Oh, but I like to keep rank 1 on anyway.
The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of service? Through rigorous retraining, I have had to break
Totem,
many students of all they had previously learned,
54
so that I
damage.
might teach them anew. The service I offer becomes increasingly difficult to perform each time it is done. It is for that reason that it becomes increasingly expensive. The spirits...
Alright, we have Nature Resistance Totem rank 3, which gives me 60 Nature Resistance. It's actually probably pretty useful. Is that enhancement? Yeah, that's all the elemental that we have. Nobody even cares about that. So that's good. It's a
The spirits have guided you to
33%
me.
increase.
How may I be of service?
Wind Fury weapon, love that. That's going to give me 333.
Strength.
That's my actual weapon. So that is a good buff.
The
for me.
spirits have
Use
guided
it
you
all the
to
time.
me. How may I be of
Finally,
service?
Ancestral Spirit upgrade, 600, 800, up from 4 and 6, just a
The
pinch
spirits
better.
have guided you to me. How
That's
may I be
minimal,
of
though.
service?
Healing Stream Totem, that's good. Now it gives me 14 per tick, up from 12. So
Go with
very minimal, but an improvement is an improvement.
The spirits have guided you to
And
me.
finally,
How may
Lesser
I be
Healing
of
Wave
service?
up to 1,000 now on the
Strength.
Lesser. That's my quick one. Okay, so not a ton. I mean, the fact that my Wind Fury weapon is up, that's great for my... Oh, excuse me. My solo affair. And Wind Fury Totem is already better than that. Nature Resistant Totem is niche, but when it's needed, it's needed. Searing Totem is part of my solo ensemble. Healing Stream is fine if I'm in full healing mode. We got nothing Earth-wise. We got this Lesser Healing Wave. I don't really use that very much. It is my quick heal, so my quick heal is very powerful when I don't have Nature Swiftness on cooldown. An upgraded Earth Shock, but I don't use the upgraded level anyway. An upgraded Ancestral Spirit to res people slightly better, but yeah, that one doesn't really matter either. Alright, now, we have 9 minutes. Most of that time is, if not all, is going to be spent on travel.
What? You haven't lived until
See,
you
how
look
long
down
does
on
it
the
take
world
us?
from the back of a
9 minutes to
wind
go
rider.
to fly down to Tanaris. When we get there, we are going to pick up our 3 quests, so I might as well just put those on the sheet right now. We're going to pick up these 2. And we really need to go the whole time. We're also going to pick up the God Hikar. The other quests are mostly not shown. It's just at the very end. We're also going to pick up the Temple of Atal Hikar. Depending on time, I may or may not. We're going to see how long this takes to fly down here. Once we get there, we have to run there. That's not crazy long. Then we're going to astral recall back here. Take this Zeppelin over to Grom Gall. That's about a 4-ish minute journey right there. And then we will fly from Grom Gall over to Swamposaurus. Not the longest flight. Pick up that quest. That's the end. I could also do that last part on camera. We could probably save that one. Start with that. We do run this episode. That's a real possibility. The dungeon itself does not take crazy long to complete, so I am okay with that. When I thought it was funny when we ran Sunken Temple last time on Alliance. I was level 60. Everybody else was like level 50, 52, 53, and I was still, of the 3 DPS, I was last place. There's no AoE options really, other than some consecration. Alright. Uh-oh. Tyreek Hill hurt himself in football right now. Who cares? Ooh. Oh, my wife is complaining. See what she says. She's just complaining about all the people that work, but it was quite a long tirade, and I was just making sure I wasn't catching any strays or anything. When you get that mad at work, you know, everybody start going nuclear. Alright, let me also check and see. It is a close. I am in a clenching squeeze of a fantasy matchup. Plenty of time to go, I think. My team did not win in fantasy. I mean, my real life team didn't win this week, but it says I'm down to a 25% chance. I think by about 5 points. My opponent has in a running back who's doing quite nicely, so that's not helping me. I have a tight end who has already exceeded expectations. That's great. But he's doing medium. Then I have a wide receiver, and so does he. Mine is doing nicely. His is doing badly. That's great. And then I have a second quarterback that's also helping out. So basically, in the time remaining... Oh, that's why the chances are low. There's very little time remaining in one of these games. And it is in that game, the three of us, that's where majority of our players are in. There's only about 4.5 minutes. That's why my chances are so low. So, can I still catch up and get a few points? Maybe, if we get some garbage time points. Then, if not, I'm hoping that in the other game, which is quickly becoming a blowout, my person can outscore his by about 5 points. It is low. It's low chances. I see what's happening here. Could be cooked. Right now, I could get cooked imminently, and I hope that doesn't happen. All right, so we are already at the 4-minute mark here. So we are traveling down from Gadgetston. Close. We're about to get through here and land. We're now at the 3-minute mark. Running down here and picking that up, running there and picking that up. Not too much time. Might be where we stop it, because then the rest of it's all going to be travel time for us all to pick up that one quest, which we can just pick that up at the start of our other episode, even if I read it to you. It's the quest for the Temple of Atal Hakar. Right, that's the last one. Slow, going slow. Down to 2 minutes. I think I can go faster on foot the way this game's been going. Alright, not too shabby. I mean, really, if it was all on a neutral field, I could go 10 more minutes and we'd be fine, but, you know, it's work night. Time is a ticking. Alright, so we will at least go pick these quests. Let's see if I got cooked in that couple moments. The other team with my opponent who has a running back was in the red zone. Might have just put the dagger in me, or I might have got lucky. Fight another down here. Okay, it looks like it hasn't resolved. And they are going slowly. That's what I'll be watching this evening. Yeah, things are not going well. As long as, it doesn't really matter the score, as long as the game, as long as that guy doesn't run a touchdown to put put me about 12 points in the hole, I'll probably be okay. Doesn't really look like it is updating. How my life treats me. Do I have a chance? Do I have a few more minutes of hope? That's what's fun about fantasy. These things that are outside of our control, it's just random luck. Alright, it took us about a minute to get down here. Let's pick up his two. We're gonna pick up his quest.
I know. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. My home is actually in Ratchet, but after crashing my Zeppelin here, I thought I might as well start the research I came here to do.
Inside the temple, I found a circular room with 6 balconies, each one with a serpent statue on the edge. Curious, I pushed one of them to see what would happen, and it was a trap. I nearly fell to my death from the explosion. Laying there on the ledge, I looked down and noticed that there was another statue at the base of the room, an altar of sorts. Hakar, I think it was called. I think that this altar is the secret. You must bring this token to the altar in the Sunken temple. My memories are cloudy, but I will tell you what I can. The circle of statues in the Sunken temple, while dangerous, I believe that they hold the secret to unlock an even greater treasure. From the main altar, I was able to activate a series of lights. I think that if you can uncover what these lights mean, you might be able to unlock whatever secrets are hiding in this room. I warn you, though, adventurer, great evil lies in the temple. It's likely that anything valuable will be fervently guarded.
So one of the 2 quests is basically go in there, go to the altar. That's it. You turn it in, and that altar will tell you the order you need to touch the statues. The second one is if you touch the statues and manage to unlock the altar, which also makes you fight a boss, you will get a treasure inside. So that's it. That's those 2 parts. This is, we have done a previous chain by running some Hinterlands quests, elite stuff, and have unlocked the egg. I think you also have to run another dungeon. Maybe Razorfen. All or Downs. I don't remember what the other one is, but I think there's another. Or no, maybe it's Zul'Farrak. Yeah, you have to run another dungeon. That will allow you to get this quest line going. And that will also open up another quest, which is an Eastern Plaguelands quest. Alright, so we're going to pick up this quest, and that's it. I will Hearth or Astral Recall myself back to Stormwind, and we'll do the travelings. And
What you want? Okie-dokie.
now it is time to capture the essence of the Avatar of Hakar. Take the Egg of Hakar to the Sanctum of the Fallen God in the Sunken Temple in Azeroth. Invoke the Egg's power to stir the dead god. He will send his minions against you. Defeat his blood drinkers and take the Hakari blood. Then use the blood to douse the eternal flames that hold Hakar's spirit. When all the flames go out, the Avatar of Hakar will enter our world. Defeat him and place his essence within the Egg of Hakar. Great. Okay, cool. We're going to use Astral Recall to get home. So we're ready to start out Hearth and everything next time. Thank you everybody so much for watching, for listening, and for tuning in as always. I appreciate your support. It helps make this journey continue. It helps me feel like it's worth it, although I'm having fun. Anyway, I've been doing it for years, and I ain't gonna never quit. I will see everybody on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft and Lore of Assassin's Creed 2 if you check me out and support me out on Patreon. Thank you. This episode in the pipe. 5x5.